All right. Happy New Year. We are live. We got some new Ripple and XRP news we're going to cover today. Little JPMorgan action, G Treasury news. I made a video about this earlier, but it's not going to come out until after the stream. So I'll get to share that information live with you guys. It's pretty cool, you know. And I just wanted to jump on and see how everyone's doing. I didn't get to live stream last week on Friday. My mom was here. And I hope everybody had a great Christmas. I hope everybody is doing well. Man, what's going on, everybody? What is going on? Edward Farino, first one here, man. Great to see you, Ed. How you doing? Keep grinding. Always, brother. Always. We got IB Dan. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's. Hopefully we see a significant increase in price stability in 2026. Man, have you guys seen the new Claver clip about XRP price? Oh, my team just sent it to me. Like, I haven't had a chance to watch it. I don't know if I'm gonna play it here. I think I need to watch it before I play it because it's gonna shock me probably. Oh man, Jordan, great to see you, man. Hope all is well. Happy New Year, dude. Mad Max, great to see you. Peter O'Neill, great to see you, Peter. I hope you're doing well. Morning, afternoon, and evening. This is the last live for the year. It is the last live stream of the year. Oh my goodness. Christopher's here. Great to see you, Christopher. I missed you guys. Been busy with the holiday madness. Hope your Christmas was wonderful. It was, man. You know, it always brings a level of stress whenever either close friends visit or family visits, right? Because especially if it's one of the first times that they visited you, you want to do all of the things that, people like to do when they visit whatever area you're in. Here it's, Pearl Harbor, it's North Shore, it's Luau. It's going to see the sites on, Waikiki and places like that. And man, I was exhausted. I could barely move on Sunday. And so been trying to power through. I feel like I'm still tired right now, but we're powering through, and I'm looking forward to 26. I'm looking forward to growing and learning with everybody. And, hopefully 26 is our year, every year. It's like, I hope next year is our year. I feel like 26 things are going to actually start happening. We have been blessed and cursed with having the information that we have, right? We've been blessed to have the information, but it's also been a curse that a lot of people have been waiting a very long time for that information to finally turn into something. And that's, it's due to a lot of different aspects, right? Regulation, adoption, right? Banks and institutions really didn't want crypto to succeed in the long term because that eats into profit margins and things like that. And now you just have this global race to adopt the technology, and how quickly, efficiently, and safely that those things can be done will really kind of matter what happens in 2026. So it's an absolute honor, like I say, to wake up every day, to go through this news for you guys, to be a part of your lives in some way and somehow, and just know, I really consider that an absolute honor. So I appreciate you guys. Sveta, great to see you, man. I hope you're doing well. We already got about 300 people watching. Great to see everybody. If you want to like the video here on YouTube, if you want to share it on X, either one of those things would be really appreciative. Thank you guys. I really appreciate that. And then Sean, HNY XRP Warriors. HNY. What does HNY stand for? Hi. Happy New Year's. Oh my God. I didn't figure that out until just now. Happy New Year's, man. I got to work on the acronyms, man. Alex Cab, great to see you. Game of Cats, great to see you. I hope you're doing well. Oh man. Dangerous Dave checking in. What's up, Dangerous Dave? Big Shrimp, great to see you, Big Shrimp. Oh my goodness. Happy New Year's from everybody. Black Hole Sunday. Great to see you, man. I hope you have a great 2026. What are you guys' plans for 26? 49ers, baby. I know. Did you see that game? Oh, where's Tom at? Where's Tom? Tom, I bet Tom might not show up today because of that game. What's up, Scott? Good to see you. Scott, I have a clip of your favorite influencer, man. I don't know if I'm gonna play it yet though. You guys want me to play it? You know what? Let's just do it together. I'm preparing myself. I'm preparing myself for this. All right, just got to take a deep breath and just do it. All right, you guys ready? Okay, hold on. You guys can see this? All right, I've never seen this clip yet. Okay, so we're going to watch it together. It's a new price prediction. Here we go.
End of Q2 2026 price prediction. I think by the end of 2026, early 2027.
Hold on, why is it so fast? Is this sped up? Hold on.
27, you're looking at a $10,000 XRP. Q2's hard to pin down. It's very dependent on what's live and what isn't, and how much volume is moving across the network in order to maintain price stability at those higher values. And it also depends on supply and demand dynamics between the ETFs and other applications where people are holding XRP. Treasury companies will be live at that point. Evernorth will be live. It's likely that we will have liquidity pools and pseudo accounts and borrow lend directly on chain live at that point. You may even have a few other amendments that haven't even been proposed yet on the XRPL for compliance and other smart contract capabilities in place, which will drive even further demand for the asset and lock it up and, not have a ton of supply available on the market to settle all of these payments globally. So, there's just a ton of different components there to be able to pin that down. I think if I had to give a range, easily 4 digits, very confident in 4 digits, potentially 5 digits, but I'm going to say 5 digits comes toward the end of 26.
Guys, we are all going to be filthy rich. We're all going to be filthy rich next year, I guess. All right, let's keep it going here. We're a minute through. We got another 3 minutes to go.
Early 27. And yes, I know I sound crazy. You guys can call me crazy. That's fine. I will take the heat. So again, not financial advice. Go do your own research. Go talk to all the people that I've talked to.
XRP to 10,000.
All right, I'm not going to play that. All right, I guess it was just a clip of him talking. All right. I'm sure he does, man. I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does, Scott. I know that's your bestie, Scott. So, awesome. Great. We're all going to be rich. I'm looking forward to it, man. $10,000 XRP 2026. Not financial advice, but it's going to happen, but it's not financial advice. Love it. Let's go. I'm excited. Let's see here. Joe, what's up, Joe? What's up, XRP family? Love your videos. Joe, thank you so much, man. I hope you are doing well. I hope your family is well. And I really appreciate your support, man. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. Don't laugh, Jake knows. I cannot not laugh. I cannot not laugh. Like, we had the same clips in 25 with the some similar price predictions. I mean, how can I not laugh? You can't take it so seriously. I think people, they take it so seriously, and you just got to be like, okay, it's a price prediction, right? That's all you can do, that and smile, right? If it happens, I'm going to be really happy. If it doesn't happen, I guess there'll be $10,000 price predictions for 2027. I mean, what can I say? Oh. No, I don't. Like, what do you think is going to happen in the next day and a half? Because in other parts of the world, it's already the 31st, right? Like, you have like 12 hours in some parts of the world before it turns 2026. So like, are we using like California time? Are we using New York time? Are we using Japan time? You got to kind of help me out here. I don't personally think so. No, I said this months ago on stream, and I said it in my videos. I said that I don't think $100 is in the cards for the end of the year. Maybe it was like 3-4 months ago we had this conversation. Yeah, no, I don't have NDAs and these types of things. So, yeah, I saw Lewis Jackson's video, dude. Yeah, Lewis Jackson hasn't been able to accept an invitation to come and talk about some of his points of views. So I don't know, man. I think it's one person saying something that everybody else really saying the opposite of what he's saying. And I don't know, man. You know, I can't let one person's judgment of something or interpretation of something change my conviction. You know, if other people of well note that I respect start kind of repeating similar things that he's repeating, then, you know, I will take more notice of it. But at the end of the day, he is a content creator and it is getting people to talk about it. So I think he's doing kind of his job. I don't know if he's lost the conviction in XRP that maybe I still have and some of the people that watch this channel still have, but I cannot let one person's, you know, one video or whatever dictate what I've known for 5 years. You know, that's a little difficult for me to comprehend that. But you know, I'm glad it's out. It's getting us talking about it, and I think that's what it's made to do, right? And I think that's pretty powerful. KC Sensei, Happy New Year. We love your vibe. Nice pic of you and your family. Love that, man. Yeah. So that was the picture. Is my mom, is me, is my wife Thaisa, and then my mom's partner. So that's not my dad. Just to be clear. But real nice guy. And appreciate you, man. Thank you for the support. I'm trying to share more things about my personal life on YouTube, and that's hard, right? Because you know, I don't think that I'm a public figure. I'm just somebody that likes to make XRP content. But as the channel gets bigger, you know, more people are interested in what happens when I'm not recording, and what does my life look like, and I'm trying to respect the people in my family, as well as kind of share some of those moments with you guys, because I know that some of you watch every minute of every video and you spend, you know, almost every day with me. And I'm trying to share a little bit more. So I appreciate you. In Germany, it is tomorrow. Yeah. So Jessa, thank you so much. Great to see you. That's what I'm saying, guys. Like what timeline are we using for end of the year? Like if it's end of the year, Hawaii, I think Hawaii is the last place on earth, maybe Alaska, that it will turn midnight, right? Because it's 1:42 p.m. on the 30th here. But in like Japan's 18 hours ahead, right? So it's already, it's like midday in Japan on the 31st right now. So I don't know, guys. We'll see, man. You know, we'll see. Either way, man. We're vibing, we're chilling, you know, we're learning, we're growing. You know, is it all gonna happen next year? Man, I sure hope so. That would just be incredible, man. It would just be so incredible for like everybody who watches this channel. Their life would be changed forever. I would really, really like that, man. Let's see here, Paul. Okay, Sensei, which one was your favorite 49ers song? Dude, I don't have like a ton of 49. Like, I don't know, man. The songs, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm not a hardcore enough fan. I didn't know there was a bunch of songs about the Niners. Yeah, like that's all I'm trying to I get beat up on X, you know, and like you know, I'll be open about this. You know, I see people getting attacked on X every day. And like I get attacked on X, and that like it really does like affect your mental health a bit, because you know people start listening to somebody, and no matter what anybody else says, if it's something that disagrees with that person has told those people just will, you know, I think at the end of the day, people don't want to be wrong about the decision that they've made, right? The decision in somebody or something. And if that person turns out to be wrong, then I was wrong for listening or trusting that person, right? And people, you know, like I don't know, man. Social media is a tough place, you know, and I just, you know, I see Zach Rector getting attacked a lot now, and I think Zach really just cares about the community, and I think he's just worried that, you know, people will listen to the wrong advice and the wrong information, and those people will get hurt. And I think, you know, the crypto market is just very, very tribal. Even in like ecosystems, it's tribal among content creators, and it's a little scary, man. And like, it makes me not want to share certain things, you know, and I don't know if that'll ever change. But it's not fun, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm using this as an opportunity, guys. You know, buying XRP under $2, you know, I think is an opportunity still. We're gonna get into some of the JPMorgan G Treasury news here in a second. But yeah, man, I just, the charts don't lie. I think at some point, though, the charts are going to be a little bit more meaningless than they are today, though, right? Because the charts are all based on speculation and these types of things. When you start getting to like utility, utility prices and values, I don't know if it'll have the same impact as it's had the last like 14 years. But hey, there's some really good chart analysts predicting higher prices, and sometimes those prices never come either, right? So not every chart analyst and expert is right either, right? Great content as usual. Are you able to explain how XRPC would rise in sharp price when, let's say, XRP is worth $10? So are we talking about Canary Capital's ETF, Husker Nation? Is that what you're asking me about? Because I think that's what you're talking about, XRPC. So if it's a spot XRP ETF, every ETF represents a different amount of XRP. So you'd have to take a look, but it is to the spot price. So if the spot price of XRP doubled, the share price of that ETF should, double. You'd have to take a look, and each one is different. But if it's tied to the spot price, if the spot price explodes, the value of that ETF, right? Because each share represents underlying XRP. And if that XRP is worth exponentially more, each share should be worth exponentially more. I am not a security specialist or a financial advisor. So, I'm just kind of sharing how I understand it works. I don't own any of the Canary Capital ETF. I'd rather own the physical asset personally, me, but I know a lot of people have, brokerage accounts, and they want to have it on both sides. And I think that's healthy. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, like, what does anybody know what he is predicting is going to happen in the next 2 days? Like, did I miss something? Scott, you watch all of his content. Can you help me out? I just don't know what are we expecting? Like, the ball drops and the price shoots up? I must have missed something. I don't know, man. Hips don't lie. Man, my hips are in rough shape, man. Oh, man. Sensei Daily listener, just want to say what's up. I appreciate you. Hey, thank you so much. It's Jimmy Cap. Thank you, Jimmy. Happy New Year's, man. I hope you're well. And thank you for, spending time on the channel. And I hope you're learning and growing. Yeah. I don't know, guys. At the end of the day, we all want to be extremely wealthy, right? I think that's what we're here to do, right? We are taking this risk on this asset called crypto because we believe in the technology, and we think that one day it's going to be massively adopted, and that the value today, it will exponentially grow to the value we think it can get to. And I'm in with that risk. I'm down with that. I know that a lot of people that turned, a little bit of money into billions of dollars, they invested in technology, right? They invested in technology early that the globe adopted. And I think that's what we're doing here with blockchain and XRP and other assets. Let's see here. Elliot, we're having 2 countdowns. New Year's countdown, the end of the year Claver prediction. Bullish, love your content. Man, thank you for sharing that. You're absolutely right. We are either way, guys. It's been a hell of a 2025. Even if Jake's predictions don't come true, eventually Jake is going to be right about something, right? Like, he shares a lot of good information. He helps a lot of people understand the market. There's value in that. We've talked a lot about my personal feelings on the predictions. Eventually one day he's going to be right about something. So I'm excited for that. And when he's right about one of the predictions, people will call him a genius. It'll be just as he planned. So excited to see that, dude. Excited to see that. All right, let's do this, man. We could talk about oil spike. So the oil is going to spike in the next 2 days. Japanese interest rate war. Well, I mean, there is a lot of stuff going on. Is this the lights? Is this the lights? The 2026, the lights, how many bulbs? Is that what we're talking about? COMEX 589 rule? I don't know. Maybe I don't know what you're talking about. We have Wisdom Tree and BlackRock to launch ETFs this year. That would be incredible. I mean, eventually, like Wisdom Tree is coming, right? I don't know if it's like, I think I saw Paul Barron put out a tweet that I covered in a few days ago. Maybe that was yesterday's content, that a Wisdom Tree ETF is probably going to be announced very soon, right? And maybe this week sometime. What is it? It's Tuesday. It could be kind of like Thursday, Friday, maybe. He didn't exactly say what was going to be announced, but that's what I thought was going to be announced. I don't think you'll hear BlackRock yet. I think BlackRock will be in 26. I think BlackRock's waiting for regulation personally, or they're waiting for enough customer demand for it. But it'd be crazy to see them announce it this year. It would be crazy. Is Husky Tom in the chat? Did I miss Husky Tom? Well, here first, before we do this, listen, I need to address one thing here. So, Nelson Ortiz, if you hear this, like if you're watching this, please reach out. We just want to make sure that you're okay. We got this comment a few days ago. Hey, Sensei, God bless. Merry Christmas. I'll be at a circuit maybe for a while. Maybe permanent heart surgery, guys. Don't give up. God bless you all. Just want to make sure that you're okay, Nelson. If you can reach out, the team's a little bit worried about you. We're sending our prayers and well wishes to you, Nelson. We hope that you're okay. And if you did have heart surgery, we hope it was successful, right? And all right, let me just show you some stuff here, guys. Let me just show you some stuff here. All right. So if you didn't see, G Treasury and JPMorgan are now working together. Okay. What they're actually doing is this, called something called netting. So they're working on something called a netting solution. JPMorgan Payments just announced a partnership with Ripple's G Treasury to build a powerful netting solution for Franklin Electronic. This setup lets Franklin Electronic offset what global offices owe each other, slashing the number of payments, cutting bank fees and FX costs, and making reconciliations much easier. The managing director of Head of North America Cross-Currency Payments for JPMorgan says, we are proud to partner with G Treasury to deliver an innovative netting solution for Franklin Electronics, a global leader in water and energy systems. By integrating our payment and FX capabilities with G Treasury, industry-leading netting solution, Franklin Electronic has streamlined their intercompany settlement obligations, reduced transaction costs, and improved reconciliation efficiency. Together, we're driving a smarter, more cost-effective cross-border payment system. Now, netting solution, what this means, guys, here, I had to look this up. A netting solution is a treasury tool that offsets multiple payables and receivables so that each party can only makes or receives only one net payment instead of many gross payments. The basic idea is two entities owe each other money. Netting cancels the offsetting invoices and settles only the remaining balance, reducing the number of total transactions. This can be bilateral between two entities or multilateral through a central netting center. So that's a pretty big deal. I wanted to go back to what this person was saying. He's the, like I said, managing director, head of North America at JPMorgan. What I wanted to focus on in this sentence right here is G Treasury's industry leading netting solution. Those 5 words, that's pretty bold for JPMorgan to come out and say that. So I really, really am bullish about this particular thing. And like I said, you're going to get a full video breakdown of all of this right after this stream is over. We were holding the video. We didn't want to release the video while I was streaming. I just wanted to have the ability to come on here and go through this with you guys. So you guys can have like an early look here at what's coming in just a few hours in this video. But this is a pretty big deal, guys, because JP Morgan, listen to this.
You know, we moved $16 trillion the other day. In one day, 16 trillion. It goes through our AML systems, our risk systems, sanction systems, fraud systems, OFAC systems. You know, it's cheap, it's fast. So we've always been using technology to do a better job for the client. And we're going to do the same thing in tokenization. So tokenization, blockchain is real. It's been around for quite a while, but now it's becoming more effective, more efficient because people are finding ways to do it faster and cheaper, permissioned or not permissioned. Smart contracts, I think, will probably be real. We're working on stablecoin and a JPMorgan. We have a JPMorgan deposit already, and think of it as a token, which is a deposit. We can pay interest on it. And as a payment system and a network, we're involved. If we can use things like that to do something better, faster, cheaper for clients, we're.
Anybody notice what's behind him here? Isn't this the president's seal behind Jamie Dimon? This looks like Air Force One. Am I crazy? Doesn't this look like the two-tone color of Air Force One? And doesn't that look like the president's seal behind him? I don't know. I was just doing some speculation there myself, but that's a big deal to see JP Morgan now working. Now, the company is just one company. And so I just want to like set the standard that this is not like a mass adoption through the entire JP Morgan network, but you usually start with one partnership, right? And you see how that goes, and you see what type of solutions, you know, like what are the benefits of this exact partnership? How did it go? You know, what was above and beyond what the normal process is? What, you know, each benefit, like I'm sure that this is kind of like a test case. And if this is extremely successful, I'm sure it'll be rolled out to many more. But this is just another interesting connection between one of the largest banks in the world and now Ripple's company, G Treasury. And people are sleeping on that, man. I think that's going to be a big thing. Crypto Drew, XRP, love the channel, watch you daily. Happy New Year. Thank you, Crypto Drew. I really appreciate you. I hope you have a truly fantastic 2020, end of 2025 and into 2026. Happy to grow and learn with you every day. Really appreciate you, man. Let's see here. We got somebody new to the crypto market. Just want to say, as somebody new to the crypto market, your content has been on point. I really love how you gather data and regurgitate it for us. Always checking in every day. Thanks again. Mr. Rodriguez, thank you so much. Hey, welcome to the crypto market. I'm glad you're learning. I'm glad you're growing, and let's do this. Let's do this together. Yeah, Dean. You know, I learned a while ago to stay away from politics. So we're gonna just do our best to just avoid that shit show altogether. And you know, thank you, Dean. Appreciate that. People are very passionate about money and politics, and we're already talking about money, and there's passions enough as it is, and politics is a little ticking time bomb. So thanks, Dean. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, so I guess that could happen, Ken. Ken saying Iran could close the Strait of Hormuz and cause a huge spike in oil. They're in crazy town right now. Yeah, I think there's a lot of things happening around the world that could cause some type of oil shortage. Ken, and you know, eventually it'll happen, right? If it doesn't happen this week or next month, it'll probably happen sometime either next year or the year after. Like eventually we're going to have a situation that will cause a big spike in oil. I mean, it's just history. And so, you know, the hard part is it's just like the carry trade. One doesn't really have anything to do with the other. And so, you know, will the future selling of oil, the trading of oil start to happen on blockchain? When will that happen? Will XRP be involved? At what scale will it be involved? You know, I think those are all really interesting topics that we're going to look into here in 2026. So thank you for sharing that. Really appreciate it. PacSun, that is a store I used to shop in my teens. Every morning, Kira Cologne. I don't remember Kira Cologne. Lizard King, great to see you, man. I hope you're well. Happy New Year. XRP Keys, thank you for reposting this stream. I really appreciate you, man. Hope you're doing well. Great content. Tune in daily. Love that. From England. Well, what did they say? What did they say? Like, is it Happy New Year's? Is there something else that people say? I'm trying to remember what my mom used to say to me when it was New Year's. I don't know. There's always a different way to say things in the UK. You know, they have a special way with words, and I'm just trying to remember now. Art Caffeine, what's up, Sensei? You've been working hard, dropping tons of videos, and that's out there. It's crazy predictions. Thank you. Please make sure you hydrate. The rest. Yeah, man. We're going to cover it all, man. We're going to cover the crazy predictions. We're going to cover, all of the important news. It's a lot of fun, man. I know some people take it a little bit more seriously. And all I can do is tell you what I think is going to happen. And, I am just a small person in a very large world of opinions, and so I think everyone just needs to accept that some things are going to be right and some things are going to be wrong, right? But I will always give you the facts and information as I know them, always, right? And we have fun talking about these predictions. 589. Our man, love your content. Let's hope for a big 24 hours, man. We are hoping. We got our fingers crossed. We got where everyone is really excited to see what could happen over the next 24 to 48 hours, man. Happy New Year from East London, UK. Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year. I'm 99.999%. I'm selling it as soon as XRP pops. See, I don't know if that's the right strategy there, though. I've heard a lot of people talking about what they're going to do, and what their strategy will be. And selling right when it pops is not something I hear many people talk about. And I can understand, usually when something explodes, taking profit early is usually a good idea. But there's a lot of people that believe it'll pop, it'll restabilize, and then it'll go again, right? And what you don't want to do is offload your entire bag and not have something for that next leg up. So just something to think about, maybe something to research. Obviously, you have your strategy. You need to stick with it. I'm just saying that, you're one of the very few people who I've heard say that right when it goes, you're just going to get out. So I wish you all the luck and all the money in the world, man. Ken says interest rate jump in Japan accelerates reverse carry trade. Yeah, man. Crazy stuff. I'm still waiting for where XRP comes into play though here. Yeah, I mean, this is a lot of people's strategy. Borrow against it. Richard says don't sell, use Flare to print. Yeah, you're going to be able to earn what is it? 7%. I've even seen 10% on some things on Flare with your XRP. I mean, they've been developing this whole DeFi layer out for XRP holders and Bitcoin holders and all these other things. I don't know if selling is the right play there personally. It's all about how you can make your money work for you. When you sell, you're going to have to pay taxes on that wherever you live. And that's going to eat up a significant portion of that. And so, I mean, I guess if you have enough, it really doesn't matter, right? It's like winning $1 billion in the lottery. You're going to pay, 35, 40%, and you're still going to have $600 million, right? So, I know that a lot of people who are extremely wealthy are able to keep that wealth because they make their money work for them. And if we can find ways to make our money work for us or XRP work for us, I think that'll be a way to really hold that XRP for generations if that's what you want to do. But some people just want to cash out, man. I get that. Some people don't want to, put it and stake it in a contract and get the, 3-5%. People just want to be like, I want FU money. And I understand that. I get it. Some people have been waiting years, decade for this moment. So, is that his new nickname? Jake the Legend. what does it take to earn legend status these days? I don't know. Is that an XP that you earn through life, and then all of a sudden you get upgraded to legend status? Do you have to be right about a prediction to get to legend status? I don't know. Maybe somebody can explain that to me. I'm good with sensei status. You know, I don't need legend status, but I'm wondering how you get to that ability. Do I believe in Jake the Legend? Like, believe in what? I believe that he's a very smart businessman. And I believe that his strategy is working as far as getting people to invest in his services. I believe that he needs XRP to do well for those services to do well. I believe that he has made a lot of predictions. A lot of those predictions haven't come true. I believe that one day he will have a prediction that comes true. I don't consider the carry trade unwinding a prediction, because anybody looking on a macro scale knew that eventually was going to happen again. That happened during the financial crisis, and it's happened a few times in history. So that was an inevitability. The part that I don't quite understand is how he connects XRP to the carry trade unwinding. Bitcoin has not, fell apart. Tether has not fell apart. So there's still some pieces of the domino theory that haven't really played out. So I don't know, I believe that he's extremely skilled in what he is doing, and he's been very successful in doing that. Will it be successful long term? I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of people come and go in the crypto space, and he is one of the people that made one of the biggest waves and impact as far as getting people very excited about a very high price for XRP. And if that brings more people into the space, great. But I hope he's right. I really do. I mean, I eventually think XRP will reach 1,000, 5,000, 10,000. I just don't agree with him on the timeline. But he could be right, man. I mean, he has NDAs, and I guess whatever that means. Yeah, I mean, people are very, you either love Jake or you consider him something else, right? And there's no really happy medium. And I'm trying to be in the happy medium, right? Where I think he adds value, but I also think that some of the stuff that he does and says could be a little destructive. But hey, I'm gonna root for him like I root for everybody in the XRP space here. If his predictions do well, that means all of you do well. And that's what I'm rooting for. I'm rooting for all of you to do well, because at the end of the day, I don't care about Jake. I care about you guys. Right. And I want you to do well. I want your families to do well. And I want to see what you guys do with all that money. Right. I think there's a lot of opportunity. I've met some incredible people in the chat here over the last few years doing these chats, and to see those people empowered with extreme financial wealth, I think there's a lot of good that can be done with all of that wealth. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what that good looks like. All right. Someone at Ripple said he was a legend at Ripple. Jake didn't work at Ripple. Sensei is our legend. No, I don't want legend status. No, thank you. No, thank you. I just leave me Sensei status. I don't want the upgrade. I don't want the upgrade, man. That's too much to take on. I'm a guy that likes seals, I like dogs, I don't need to run a multi-billion-dollar whatever it is that he does there. Is it his company? Is he on the company? I don't know. I don't know what happens over there, man. I'm gonna stay in my lane, DTCC said 55 weeks. I know. Did you see that clip I played? It was Nadine Shakar, or Nadine. Is there the last name Shakar? I think it's Shakar. She worked at Securacy. DTCC bought Securacy, and that's how they had some of that technology. And there are some connections between Security and XRP, right? It's interesting to see. Cowboys are winning the Super Bowl this year. Yeah. Can they even get in the playoffs? Are they even in? I don't know about that, man. Cowboys have a good offense, but their defense was struggling early in the season. I mean, it picked up towards like the middle, but I don't know if Cowboys are going to be in the Super Bowl, man. I don't even know if they're going to be in the playoffs. Do I have an opinion on XRP? I mean, I give you that every day, right? 3-4 videos a day. I'm constantly. Do I have a price prediction? I think might be your question. No, I'll leave the price predictions to, the Jay Clavers of the world. I thought XRP was going to be $20 by the end of the year, and I was wrong. I really thought that enough ETF volume would come in to push the price up, right? And we just haven't seen enough, right? I thought the market was going to be a little bit more hot towards November, December timeframe, and it really wasn't. If you take a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, just stuff is dumping hard. And new projects couldn't get off the ground. Projects didn't even launch. The only thing that really did successfully in 25 was real world asset projects, because that's what you're starting to see. But the rest of the crypto market is in pain right now. And this is why I don't talk a lot about other projects too much on this channel, because I don't think a lot of the technology is going to make it, right? Most of these projects don't have the communities, the technology, the team, runway. You need to have money to operate, to market, partnerships. A lot of the crypto space will, it's just like the internet in the early days. Internet started, everybody had a business, but then as it went on, most of those businesses went belly up, and only the true game-changing companies and people remained, right? Your Googles, your Facebooks, I guess, if you would even call that one, your Amazons, right? Those are the ones that really kind of had the staying power. I think Ripple is one of those companies that'll have the staying power. I think Ripple could be the first $1 trillion valued crypto company on the planet. I guess a blockchain infrastructure company on the planet. I guess that is a prediction. Hey, you know what? I got a prediction. There we go. There's my prediction. Don't ask me the timeline. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Ooh, he said I'm young. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Crypto Grandmaster. That sounds nice. I like that. That sounds beautiful. Bill O'Brien. Great to see you, Bill. I hope you're doing well. He says, Jay Claver is 99.99999% sure XRP will be $100 in the next 30 hours. Do you think he's right? No, I don't. Jay Claver and Max Avery own Digital Wealth Partners and Digital Ascension Group and the world's largest digital currency wealth advisory, I think. Do they really own it, though? I thought they couldn't be on the company because of some stuff that happened. I don't know. I mean, like saying you own it and your name being on the actual company, I'd have to take a look at that. I think I tried to look for the documents one time, but I thought they were sealed. I didn't think people could actually see who actually owns it. But Bill, question here. 30 hours. So we are using basically Hawaii time, right? Because in Japan, it's already, 12 hours till midnight of, till 2026. A large part of the world is already in the 31st. So we are using the American timetable for XRP to be $100 in the next 30 hours. Okay. No, I don't think that's going to happen. I think you're going to wake up on 2026 and you're going to be able to buy XRP under $2. That's that. I don't know, man. But it sure gets you guys talking about it, man. What? Is that even a real thing? I don't know, man. That's crazy. Yeah, he's very knowledgeable, but his predictions are a little. Yeah, I agree with you. He's got a lot of knowledge. Incredibly smart guy. XRP to 70K by the end of the year. Chief nods. I like you. I like you. I like you. That's pretty spicy. Yeah, he predicted 750. He predicted 100. See, people are not even talking about the 750 anymore because he keeps telling people it's 100 now. So yeah, there's a lot of predictions. Like there's that one. There's the 1500 in January of 2026. There's the 2000 in also January of 2026. There's like a 2500 in Q1 of 2026. And now there's this new one. Here you go. If you haven't seen the new one, guys, I got it for you. Here it is.
End of Q2 2026 price prediction. I think by the end of 2026, early 2027, you're looking at a $10,000 XRP. Q2's hard to pin down. It's very dependent on what's live and what isn't, and how much volume is moving across the network in order to maintain price stability at those higher values. And it also depends on supply and demand dynamics between the ETFs and other applications where people are holding XRP. Treasury companies will be live at that point. Evernorth will be live. It's likely that we will have liquidity pools and pseudo accounts and borrow lend directly on chain live at that point. You may even have, a few other amendments that haven't even been proposed yet on the XRPL for compliance and other smart contract capabilities in place, which will drive even further demand for the asset and lock it up and, not have a ton of supply available on the market to settle all of these payments globally. So, there's just a ton of different components there to be able to pin that down. I think if I had to give a range, easily 4 digits, very confident in 4 digits, potentially 5 digits, but I'm going to say 5 digits comes toward the end of 26, early 27. And
all right, there you go, guys. I got new predictions for you. You ask, I shall answer. Oh man. This is good times here. Chief of War season 2, man. That should be pretty good, man. What am I watching right now? King of Collectibles on Netflix. That's good. My wife wanted to watch Emily in Paris, so we just finished that. It's a really good show? Okay, if you guys like cooking, Culinary War Cuisine on Netflix. There's season 2, best cooking show I've ever seen in my life. That is an awesome show. I started watching Spartacus or the House of Usher. Then I started watching Spartacus. A few other things, man. Trying to keep busy. The Copenhagen test is out on Peacock. I'm watching that. I don't know. There's a few other things like what is the one about the video game that they turned into a real series? Badlands or no, not Badlands. I can't remember it. Yeah, 10,000 guys. 10,000. We're going to full send it. 2040 589. No, see, like I don't agree with that. I think by 2030 you'll see a 4-digit XRP. Like, that's just too far down. And like with the ETFs coming, I mean, there's a lot of development happening. Yes, Fallout. Thank you. Somebody is like, that is what I'm watching. Fallout 2. Thank you. Man, you guys are on it. Aloha, Duchess. Where's Prince? Yeah, like realistically, 2030, I think $1,000, maybe 2,500. $1,000 probably more likely. But I mean, if something can go to 1,000, it can go to 2,000. If it can go to 2,000, it can go to 5,000. And if it can go to 5,000, it could probably go to 10,000, right? So, it's just those legs up that we're gonna need more development happening on the XRP ledger, more XRP being used across use cases. You need 10,000 developers building on the XRP ledger. And I think you're going to start seeing more and more products and companies and, because each one of those will require more XRP. And then, of course, going multi-chain, cross-chain, you're going to require more XRP on those chains and RLUSD. That'll really help as well. Yes. Yes. Your question is about Proton. Yeah, XPR. I'm familiar. Proton Network have a strong team too. Not the same level as Ripple, in my opinion, but they're a good project and focus on fast, cheap transactions, US licenses. Yeah, David, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. The hard part for me, is it's such an unknown project. I think you might be one of the first people in a long time to talk about it. And therein lies the issue. You can have a good technology that maybe far exceeds what the XRP ledger can do, but you need to have the community and the demand for the token to be as equal. And that's really the hard part. And I think that's what you were explaining in your comment there. I hope that's very successful for you, man. I really do. I would love to see those guys, be able to expand their use cases and what they're trying to develop and build. I just, it's not something that I'm particularly interested in, but glad to hear that that's something that you like, man. Yeah, Fallout is a good show. Which one is hold on. We were just talking about Fallout season 2. Yeah, I guess we don't see that though, right? The thing that people clip is the what's it called, right? And I think some of it is caveated and some of it he just says it, right? And so I think that's the hard part for people is they don't hear the caveated part. Because like I played a lot of clips of Jake, because we cover it. We have to, whether you like him or you don't like him, people talk about it. And I think I get more questions about Jake's price predictions in the XRP space, like new people getting into the space, family and friends of mine. I will get phone calls and people will ask me if, what do I think about it? And so, that's the reason I talk about it, because I kind of want to limit those phone calls. Just gotta hope he's right, man. Energy Web Token. I haven't heard that being brought up in a long time either. Carbon credits, Ripple early investor. Man, I think it was invested in EWT in like 2021, but I haven't heard anything about them since. Not the right person, but funny to hear that name again. I think they're a little bit ahead of their time, right? But I think it's really hard because we were going down this sustainable model and now we really aren't. So I don't know what that does for that ecosystem and carbon credits in general. But imagine that sooner or later they will be traded on blockchain. I have no idea when. And hard for me to go out and buy Energy Web Token when I either want to buy more XRP or XLM or ADA or HBAR or Chainlink. I can think of 10 other tokens that I would buy before Energy Web Token. I could probably think of 25 tokens I'd rather buy instead of Energy Web Token. Like realistically, as we get into 2026, the most growth is going to come from tokens that have ETF products. Realistically, that is where institutionals it will be able to invest. That's where 401ks and IRAs will be able to invest in those particular assets. And so I believe that if you're going to see HBAR with a bunch of new spot ETFs that come out, that's probably a good token to buy. Or XLM, seeing a lot of those ETFs that are going to be scheduled, that's probably something that you could buy. I don't know, man. But thank you for sharing that. So it's nice to, I'm remembering my early days in crypto and having these conversations with you. Yeah, man, if he's right, like, yeah. There's a dealership here in Hawaii that they have like McLaren and Ferrari and Lamborghini, and like one family owns all the rights to those stores. I would go and buy a different car for each day of the week, I think. I mean, I probably wouldn't need it, but it would sure be a lot of fun just to spend that money because, you know, you'd have a lot. And, you know, after you buy the house and the cars and, you know, maybe you take a trip around the world or something, you know, then what do? Right? You got to start putting that money to good use, right? And maybe expand on the things that you're passionate about. And I'm looking forward either way, right? Either way, like whether he's right in 2026 or I have to wait until 2030. I don't know, man. You know, I really hope that he's right eventually here. You know, I'm looking forward to something coming to fruition. Then you get addicted to cocaine. I mean, it's a hell of a drug, you know. Yeah, just be careful, especially as you get older. What was I watching? BritBox. I was watching Blue Lights. They had like a season 3, I think, and in that they had some older guy, you know, basically having heart problems because of that. I don't know why my mind goes to things like that, but it does. Money can't buy you love. Love can't buy you love. That's deep. 30 hours, 750, tick, tick, tick. Guys, it's not going to 750 in 30. Like, come on. There's going to be some very depressed people come New Year's. You know, like there's going to be some severely depressed people come New Year's because like I can see from people's comments online and in this chat that there's a lot of people that believe it's going to happen. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell you this. It is not. It is not. Prepare yourself. You know what I like to do? I like to tell myself something's not going to happen. You know, even if I think it's a possibility, I tell myself it's not going to happen. That way, if it does happen, it's even better, right? But then if it doesn't happen, you're like mentally prepared because you knew it wasn't going to happen. So you need to do some of that, you know, maybe psychology on yourself. I don't know, man. I don't know what the winter bee. I don't know what that means, but doesn't sound good, my man. Doesn't sound good. Man, that 49ers game was freaking awesome, dude. If they only had better defense, they'd be a Super Bowl champion already. Hello, Mr. Owl 25. Great to see you. Hello, hello. Jake got me a 86 Chevy Citation 0 down. I don't even know what that is, but it doesn't sound very good. Is that a real car, a Chevy Citation? Or like, I don't know. Oh man, we've been talking about that for a while here. I think he's filled with incredible knowledge, and I think he's helping people in ways that he's helping really educate people on a large aspect of the space. But the predictions, I don't think are helping the community, because I think a lot of people believe a lot of what he's saying with the predictions, and I don't think that some of those predictions are going to happen. And like, you know, we've been talking about this for a while, like every chat, you know, and you know, we like several months back, I did a video and we talked about this and this, and you know, I said I pretty much 99.9% sure it doesn't go to $100 by the end of the year. And you know, we'll see. It's like 30 hours to go. You know, either I'll be right about his prediction being wrong, or he'll be right about his prediction being right. Either way, looking forward to it. Yes. So guys, listen. Do people know what NDAs are? Okay. Really quickly, when you go to work with a company and they usually if you're going to build some kind of technology with that company or do something with the company, you're forced to sign an NDA so you don't disclose what you are learning about or seeing within that company, right? And just because you have an NDA with maybe R3 or a different company doesn't mean you necessarily know that everything that's going to happen. And I think people are, I have NDAs, right? I have to sign NDAs when working with certain projects because I can't say certain things. But doesn't necessarily mean that I know what's going to happen globally with a digital asset. So, just understand that, man, I feel like we can talk to this. I'm blue in the face here. Crypto Sensei, good day from down under. Electro Bob. What's up, Electro Bob? Appreciate you. Road to Excellence. I appreciate you coming out here every day and night and updating us. And I'm with you on the scenario that it is at going to higher prices tomorrow. That scenario of it at going to higher prices tomorrow, even though it would be amazing. Yeah, did he say that really? Oh man, people I didn't realize that he said something about the Epstein files. I mean, we haven't even really gotten 10% of the total files at this point. So, there could be something in there, but are we saying that he knows what's in the Epstein files before Congress knows what's in the Epstein files? I mean, people should start selling sand or igloos, to people in the crypto market because people will buy anything here. I feel like, I don't know, man. How do you know what's in the files when Congress doesn't even know, right? You have people on both sides of the aisle that know some of the stuff, but not all of the stuff, right? Only the FBI really knows what's in all of the files and the Department of Justice now. I don't know, man. Maybe he's an insider he's an insider with NDAs. He knows. I don't know, man. So here we go. We got a prediction. Matthew the Traveler says, my prediction is $2.02 to $2.30 by the end of this year. Strong. Damn. So KDOS says he will hand deliver Sensei and everybody else a Celsius, a Ghost, and a Lonnie new drink. Your choice if he's right. Is that the energy drinks that you've caught me drinking in the last few weeks? I was like, why do those drinks sound so familiar? Dude, the Ghost drinks are probably the best tasting, but they're probably the worst for you. These probably are a little bit better. I've been so tired, man. My mom came to visit and I've been exhausted. And I'm trying to find all this extra energy and it's just not there. And so I need a little bit extra boost to get me through the day right now. Yeah, I hate NDAs too, man. I do too, because you kind of want to tell people, right? Because it's such cool information, but you can't, right? And I get it. Andrew Tate. Now there's an interesting name. I hopefully Jake will go down to the Andrew Tate of the XRP community. That would be pretty bad. I'm hoping not. Boycott Jake. I don't think people are going to do that, man. I don't think people are going to do that. I think it would take the XRP community finding out some really damning stuff about Jake for them to do that. It would need to be something truly shocking where people couldn't believe that that person would be involved in that type of criminality. And you never know, man. I've seen all kinds of crazy stuff in the crypto space. And usually the people that people look up to the most are the ones that end up falling the hardest, right? And just that's why I always warn people, just be careful. Don't give all your XRP to anybody's thing or any fund particularly. Don't give people your personal information with how much XRP that you own. I mean, they're just gathering information and data on you, right? And you just got to be careful, man. People will use that information for their own, I don't know, a few months ago, they were putting out sign up on these lists if you have 50,000 or 100,000 or 250,000 or 500,000 XRP, right? And so when you give them your email and your personal information, just gotta be careful, guys. BitBoy Jake. Yeah, like BitBoy. Like that was somebody that, you know, you wouldn't think was going to fall. And he fell hard, right? And he just, his whole life completely collapsed. And like it, you know, it's kind of crazy, man. Kind of crazy. All right, let's talk about other stuff, man. I feel like we can go back and forth about this until we're blue in the face. Jake is CIA. Yeah. Like he would be allowed to go up in front of people and just talk about all this stuff. If he's wrong, I'm boycotting. So let's talk about that really quickly before we switch gears here. What would he need to be wrong about for you to boycott him? Is it the price predictions? Is it the Epstein files and taking down Bitcoin? Like what would it take for you to be like, okay, you know, maybe this person's a little bit full of shit on something? Like I'm interested to know. I'm interested to know. Jake is great. I just do the opposite of what he says. Winter B, you're pretty funny, man. Let's see here. Well, we're going to take a bet here. That 8,000 Sensei, let's make a bet. If we have Moon by end of year, you gotta do a duck dance on stream. If it doesn't, I'll do a duck dance in front of my family on New Year's. Okay, deal. Is it end of the year this year or end of the year next year? Also, what are we talking about Moon? Is a Moon $50, $25, $100? Okay, and is your duck dance going to be recorded? Because mine certainly will be. I'll need some proof of the duck dance. All right. Let me know if you want to follow through on this because I am in. I'm going to give you the best duck dance you've ever seen in your life if we get there. And Jake Chia Pet, that would be pretty interesting. I could sell the shit out of Jake Chia Pets. I can sell the shit out of Jake Chia Pets. Let's go. I mean, he is 99.999% sure. So it does leave some room for failure, right? Sensei has been selling hopium since he appeared online. That's how he got his presence. Man, I sell all kinds of hopium. Whatever hopium you want to buy, I got you. Not quite same hopium as other people, but I got some hopium for you. Man, I don't know if we're ever going to get off this topic. I would. Oh, okay. Wait. It's getting interesting. Hold up. Husky Tom is going to do a duck dance in a 49ers jersey and put it on YouTube if it hits $100 by tomorrow night. I might need to borrow some money. Like I might need to go borrow millions of dollars so I can pump the price of XRP up to $100 because I need to see Husky Tom do a duck dance in a 49ers jersey. I think that would be one of the best moments of my life to see that. That would be a lot. How much for a dime bag of hopium? Man, a dime bag of hopium is absolutely free. You just need to show up. What is it? Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for Jake's live stream. He's giving it all out for you, man. Absolutely free. Jake can be 3 months late. He'll just say the timing was off. Yeah, that's probably true. Jake for president. Oh God, I wouldn't vote for him. Luna, where are you going? I wouldn't vote for him, man. Let's see here. What do you think a BlackRock XRP ETF would do to the price? So, well, wouldn't do anything right away, right? Because they would need to seed the fund, which would probably be anywhere from $300 to $500 million in XRP. So maybe about 200 to 300 million XRP. If they can get that all from OTC desk, or if they could get that from Ripple, it wouldn't do anything to the price, right? But obviously, if you got like $50 billion worth of demand in the ETF, that would do it. It doesn't matter on the launch. It matters how much goes into it after the launch, right? That is the key. Why do most of these cryptos move together? Yeah, you know what? Mr. A13339, whatever. It's very interesting. If you pull up the XRP chart next to the XLM chart, it moves very identical. And I couldn't tell you, man. Maybe it's just people are so used to see if XRP goes that they think Stellar is going to follow it and it moves together. I don't know, man. Some people call it manipulation. Some people call it manipulation, and some people call it manipulation. I don't know what it is. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. I could be. You're probably right, Justin. Yeah, I'd probably check out too. But at least XRP would be $1 million, right? Because you'd use the power of the government to buy XRP, which I wish we would have done instead of Bitcoin. My whole life, your whole life is about Jake Beyond Lame. You know, like that's what people want to talk about at this point. We were going to talk about other stuff, but it's everyone's comments is about the prediction. So I don't know what you want to talk about. It does kind of suck. I hear that. And it is very tiring. You're right. I mean, live streams, often people ask about his predictions and things that he says. Nobody wants to talk about anything else. If anybody has a different topic, please, I would love to get into some other things. ZK proofs timeline. That is a good question. Let me see. Is it on the amendments? Let's find out. Jake noses on the firing line? Probably. All right, let's see here. Timeline. Ripple institutional roadmap describes an initial ZK layer that enables private but compliant transactions on the XRP ledger using zero knowledge proofs to hide amounts and counterparties. Public commentary along the roadmap frames this as a 12-month rollout on phases, compliant MPTs. The second phase focuses on MPTs and privacy preserving collateral and tokenized assets targeted in 2026. So it sounds like this stuff is all targeted for 26. Great question. Thank you. Yeah, silver in China, that's some pretty crazy stuff. You know, silver, China limiting the sale of silver will affect everything, right? Silver's in almost anything. Your phones, your batteries for your cars, you know, computer parts and like chips. I mean, everything has silver in it. So that could be a really big deal. And that could slow down growth of many companies. And yeah, I don't know how that's going to work out, man. We talked a little bit about Flare earlier. I don't know what else I can say about Flare. I'd like to get somebody from I'd like to get Hugo on the stream so we can talk. That'd be kind of cool to get some questions answered directly from you guys to him. We're working on that. We're working on Charles Hodgkinson too. Working on a few people. Like I really want to, like I want 26 to be the year we interview some really big potential names, you know? And then eventually one day before I die, I want to interview Brad Garlinghouse. Yeah, see, like, I don't know. That guy's like, I'm not gonna talk about that. I don't think he's actually gone through like the real testing for high IQ. And like, it's just like he calls himself the highest IQ person, but I don't know if that's legit. I tried to research to see like, is this post correct? And then when I tried to do that, it said that the person hadn't gone through the actual like real tests to prove that his IQ was higher than everybody else. So chicken tenders, man, chicken tenders are bomb. Is it barbecue sauce? Is it ranch or honey mustard? Which is the topping? I love your lives and I love that you talk about Jake. I mean, we want all the prices to go up. Dude is smart. Love your content, man. Yeah, we want the price to go up. I think like, you know, I mean, like 80% of the contents are about, you know, we need to find a different word instead of saying Jake, we need to find a different word or a different way to describe this person, I feel like. But I appreciate the donation, and, you know, I don't know if it's all in good fun. It's a little, it is a little exhausting to talk about it constantly. But you know, that's where the XRP space is, unfortunately. And like, this is what I was not really looking forward to. Sensei, do you know if Encash is reliable with his crypto knowledge and the outlook of the crypto market? I know that Encash has been in the space a long time. I know he's a real person. I know that he doesn't want to be on camera because he's afraid, you know, maybe afraid's the wrong word. I know that he is eager to keep his privacy. And I don't watch everything that he says and does, but I know that he's been creating content for a long time. And you know, from my interactions with him, he seemed like a good person. But I don't know him personally, and I don't watch all of his content. So like, I couldn't. If you're talking about a specific video about something exactly he said, you got me, man. You know, I think we've all, like, if you make enough content, you're gonna either say the wrong thing, be wrong about something. You know, it's just part of putting your opinions and your thing in what you believe out there, right? And in the crypto space, you're going to be wrong a lot, right? Because what looks like could happen, sometimes it goes the other way, and it just turns out that way, you know. And you have to be able to change your opinion. You have to be able to adapt with the market. You have to let some of that stuff roll off. And, you know, how good or bad you do that is how long you'll stay in the crypto market. Stumpy, I appreciate you, man. I hope you're doing well. Love the dog PFP. You working on interviewing Johnny Hopkins? Who's Johnny Hopkins? I don't know who that is. Aloha from Oahu. What's up, Dylan Harrell? Great to see you, man. Call him Taco Tuesday. That would be interesting. I think we need a better name, though. Is Basel on January 1st a big deal or no? Is it, you talking about Basel 3? What about Moon Lambo? Is Moon Lambo still making content? I don't know. I mean, he always seemed like a good content creator, but I don't think I've watched a Moon Lambo video in years. I didn't even realize he's still making content. You know, I try not to watch too much of other people's content, and I'll tell you why. I don't want other people's opinions to become my opinion, right? Like, I'll play clips from people, but like, I need to go out and figure this stuff out myself on a lot of things. And like when you start listening to somebody else's channel, it starts to, you start regurgitating what they're saying, and it's no longer you. Does that make sense to you? So like, you know, if somebody says, hey, you got to watch this video, like I'll go take a look at it, right? But like, I'm not going to watch everything that person makes. There's just not enough time, right? There's not enough time. Just call him Santa. You guys are crazy. You don't know where you saw me around town? Probably. I live close to Ala Moana, and yeah, I look exactly the same as I do on all my videos. I wear the same shirt, same hair. I am the same person here and out in the real world. Why don't we ever talk about quant and interoperability for XRP and others? So Bill, great question. Hey, thank you for the donation. Your content helps me so much. I've been only in crypto for 5 months. Well, Bill, welcome. 2025 was a great year to get in. Definitely before all this other excitement's happening. So great to have you here, Bill. I don't talk about a lot of other cryptos just because the crypto space is vast and there's so much to know. And XRP and Ripple and kind of regulation and trying to figure out what's going on keeps me really, really busy. And if I kind of split my time in between quant and XRP, I'm not going to be able to deliver the quality of content that I want to deliver to people. You know, I want to be the best place that people come for XRP and Ripple and crypto knowledge, you know? And if I spread myself too thin to a bunch of other tokens, I lose that something special that I feel that I need to have, if that makes sense to you. I think that like ADA, Quant, Chainlink, Solana, I think it's all going to be very successful. But I just don't split my attention up. I used to talk about like XDC, XLM, Quant, and I really just wanted to focus on and be really good at just one or two things. And that's why. But I appreciate you and welcome. Jamie Lindsay with a $49 super sticker. Jamie, that's a lot of treats for Luna. I really appreciate you, Jamie. Thank you so much. Guys, I get that you want Jake to be president and like that's who your mentor is. We'll tone back on the Jake comments, you know, for a little bit at least. Like, it's not helpful, man. It's not helpful. Good night from Holland. Hey, have a great New Year's. Johanjo, great to see you. Why are we down 50% from July? Bro, I wish I could tell you. The whole market is bleeding terribly right now. And whether that's economic uncertainty, whether that's the average retail trader doesn't have enough liquidity in the market right now because of memes and scams. I mean, you could probably point out 5 or 10 different things that are pointing to the reason that the crypto market isn't doing great right now. The average person doesn't have that extra oomph. Now they are starting with QE and they're starting to inject liquidity, and they might give out some stimulus that will help bring something back in 26. But it's been a tough year for a lot of people, and a lot of people give up, and a lot of people move on, and it's probably the wrong time to do that with crypto, and because of with regulation and all the things that are happening right now. I don't know, Jimmy. A little bit of all that, man. Unfortunately. It's my fault. The Jake stuff's my fault. I played the clip to start. I got y'all riled up, and then I just need to leave him out of the chats. That's my bad. When my team sent me that new clip, I just almost dropped my computer when I played it. You know, it just gets a little exhausting. Play a different clip? Yeah, I know, man. It's so hard. It's like a car crash, man. You just can't look away, you know? It's like you hear the same thing over and over again, and you wish, you hope it's something different, you know? Hard to look away, man. It's hard to look away. You know, I'm starting to think it's like politics, right? Two people are never going to agree on the same things, right? And there's no point to try to convince somebody otherwise. They're gonna have to like learn that shit on their own. And I just need to leave it out. Husky Tom, all right already. New rule: everyone pour an adult beverage. When the name Jenkins said, "You got to take a drink," there'd be a lot of drunk people on this chat. It would be sloppy, man. Can you imagine people trying to type when they can't see? Man, the new drinking game would be insane. You know what the new drinking game could be? Every time there's a new price prediction for XRP. I'm never gonna call that guy daddy, bro. And when he's right, like, which time, right? I should just start saying random price predictions, you know? July 27th, $42. You know, I'm just gonna, like, every day I'm gonna wake up and give you a new price prediction just to confuse the shit out of people. I don't know. I don't know, man. All right, BC. Good luck, man. I would. He's not going to come on this channel, though. I wish I could tell people like the whole story. I wish I could tell people like what was going on. I wish people knew like what, like all of it. I always get so close to saying like what I really want to say, but I just can't, man. You know? You ever have something in your life where you know that if you tell somebody something that it could ruin their life, but it could also like free you of having like, it's like this secret that you have that 99% of people don't know, right? And if the secret were to get out, that people would look at somebody a lot differently, right? And when I see people attacking like Zach Rector, and when I see people attacking other XRP content creators because of some of the things that they say, you know, it frustrates me because I know why Zach is saying what he's saying, right? But I know that him and we can't like really come out and say what we want to. And that's the hard part, right? But there's a lot of content creators that are talking in the background. And eventually, like all this stuff will be on the table for people to see. And like until then, I just gotta bite my tongue about it, I guess. And hope that you guys do your own research on people, you know? Yeah. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate you, man. You know, I am not going to show you something, but I'll show you something that's being shared. Okay, here let me give you something. One second here. There it is. Hold on. Why this new Twitter chat just does not work very well? One second. And then after I drop this, I'm just gonna get off because I need to do some other stuff. Like, this is all right. I'm going to give you guys an X account, right? And if you go take a look at this X account, you will know some of the things that I worry about. Okay. There's the X account. Go take a look and see for yourself. Right? That's it. Do I use Grok? No, I don't use Grok. Grok's very slow and is like, I don't know, man. Grok is clunky. ChatGPT, Perplexity, like those are the two things that I'll look. Yeah, verified ink. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Have you read through the text messages? Yeah. Yeah. That scares the shit out of me. That scares the shit out of me. Because now you have all of these people that are trusting that this person is like telling them the truth when they gone out of their way to lie in the past. And so that stuff worries me. And that's maybe the reason that I warn people about it. The X account has been posted. Yeah. Just go have a look, man. Go look yourself. It's all there. Everything that you need is there. You can make up your own opinions, but like, don't, stop. We as content creators in the XRP space are very concerned about the mentality of the community, and it's going the wrong way. And this person's your hero. Be careful what you wish for. All right. I'll leave it just like that. I'll leave it like that, man. Listen, guys, have a great New Year's. I wish you all well. I wish you all well. I hope your family's well. I hope we get $100. I really do. It's an honor to be on this journey with you guys. Thank you for your love, your respect, your comments, your questions. I'll keep giving you the facts as I know them. And I'll do that day in and day out. All right? Aloha, guys.